That's a tough loss. Obviously, we played really well, and it's a game of runs, and we had a really long run at the end of the first half to get us the lead. I mean, obviously, they built a lead early in the first half, and we came all the way back. We were in foul trouble, but we worked our way through that and got out on the break and made some shots. A lot of times, when the ball goes in the basket, it looks a lot better. And started the second half, we didn't make shots, and they made a couple to get back in the game. And from that point on, it was a dogfight, and they made the plays, they got the extra shots. I mean, they outscored us second chance points 14-5, and that's uncharacteristic for us, especially. But they made the plays they had to. They got the long rebounds. They missed some long shots and then bounced out there, and they picked it up off the ground. And I think one possession we had to play defense for longer than a minute, and didn't work out for us tonight. I know that we're disappointed. Everybody's disappointed in the locker room because we didn't close it out the way we wanted to. I mean, we had to play one good half, and to finish that thing out. And we didn't come out with the intensity that we ended the first half with. And I told them, as long as we play as hard as we can in the second half, we're going to win that game. And for some reason, we just came out, and they got a couple open looks. And like I say, got a couple offensive rebounds, and we turned it over a couple times and didn't get the shots we wanted to, and just let them right back in.
There was a stretch that I think they pushed like 6 straight turnovers or something like that, or what, 6 in a row or something. Not that you weren't even getting the shots, you were giving it up to them.
Yeah, just careless turnovers. I guess trying to force it. They were playing the same defense the second half they were playing the first half, and they were sticking with their man, and so we're trying to penetrate to create and do some handoffs and those kind of things, get the ball inside Devontae, and we just didn't score inside like we have been the last few games, and that was a big difference in the basketball game. They made the shots in the lane, and we didn't make our shots in the lane.
Coach, they're playing tonight without Vasa Prashica and Sean Osisa. Kind of got to look at some of the lower role players on the team. What was your impression of some of those guys?
Yeah, I mean, the other guys that play, Roland, Brace, Green, Gresham, they play a lot of minutes for them. Prashica being out changed their team in terms of who had the ball in their hands, but Roland's a really good scorer. He has a quick release. He got some shots off tonight where you're a split second slow on him. He can get it off, and they've played without Prashica and Osius for the first 8 or 10 games of the season. Or whatever it was, or whenever Prashica got hurt, Osius was out. So they've had experience of playing without those guys in the non-conference, not since conference started. So that helped them, I think, have the confidence to know they could play without him. Now it's been a while since he's been out, and so they adjusted what they had to do offensively to get the guys the looks that have been scoring for them.
Does that add another layer to it, the fact that 2 All-CAA guys are out and still couldn't find a way to...
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's disappointing. They like I said, they made the shots to get back in the game, and then we didn't get the shots and or make the shots and or get the rebounds. It was just inches. It seemed like we're gonna get the rebound and it just barely goes overhead, or they tip it out. It was a game of inches tonight, and the bounces went their way. But sometimes you make your own bounces. They've won 8 out of the last 9. We had lost 5 in a row, and we didn't make our bounces go our way. You can't depend on it to bounce your way. You got to make it bounce your way. And I think in the first half we made it bounce our way. We got after them, and in the second half, like I said, the quick start for them got them the confidence that they got them back in it.
Second half, you guys really tried to make an effort to get it down to Devontae. What was Green doing to? It seemed like he wasn't able to get settled down there.
Yeah, he's a big kid, and obviously Devontae's a physical player, and they were both being pretty physical and banging inside. We wanted to get the ball to Devontae because we were hoping that they'd go down and double team, and they did sometimes. And then he had to find the open man. They did a nice job of rotating over to the open man, and so we didn't get the normal looks that we usually do when they double team, and that's what we always want, is to see how they're playing, because he was in foul trouble in the first half, so we didn't give him the ball that much. But we knew in the second half we can get him the ball and maybe get some open looks. But like I said, they did a nice job of rotate, and then we either missed a shot or drove it in and turned it over.
You sat Devontae because of the fouls with, I think it was 10:39 left, and you went on a 23-3 run after that. How important is it to see this team excel without a guy who's not going to be there next year?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it should give him some confidence. And like I said, we got out on the break and we had a smaller lineup in there, and but Devontae's been really consistent for us all year. And yeah, we went on a run without him in the game, but I didn't want to keep him out of the game in the second half just because we went on a run. We got to go back to what we do best, and with the numbers that he's put up this year and last year, we got to get him the ball, and we did it, and it just didn't work out in the second half. But it wasn't the offense as much as the defense. I mean, it was probably a combination of both. Neither end of the court we were as good as we were in the first half, and I wouldn't say we had a great first half. We played a great 10 minutes, but we needed to play a full 20 minutes in the second half to get it done, and we just did not.